Thank you for coming for the Riga first mobile app developer meetup for this year. My name is Rihards Galms, for those who don't know me. I'm a technology entrepreneur and some developer of some interesting projects like NGOs and related technology in entrepreneurship and education. You could get me in the internet in different ways. So this is one of the meetups which I decided to organize. So the agenda is pretty same for all of them. So first of all, since we are not very lot of us today, so I prefer the personal introduction because probably don't know each other very well, and it helps you to network better afterwards if people know what you're interested in and what you're doing. So then I talk a little bit about history and background of this meetup group. Our speaker today is Gunnar from Udacity, and I decided to invite her for this first meetup in order to talk about a very interesting educational project called Nano Degree. So this is a project which is actually substituting or is making more added value on the classical academical education. So she will little bit talk about what is it and how iPhone developers or Android developers could benefit from that. Then we have a section for featured startup, which is actually for today is empty because I didn't know yet any iPhone mobile app or related application from Latvia. I'm glad to have them for next time because those meetups actually going to be monthly, so they're repeating every month. Next mobile app developer meetup is in January and February. The dates are already known. So, and if you would like to speak for those meetups, tell somebody something interesting what they're doing, or you know somebody who is could be a good speaker for that, just drop me a mail or a message or just let me know somehow. Then we have an announcement session for those who would like to say something into another one. So looking for the jobs, startup project, announcements, everything which is going on with that. So probably we'll start from introduction part. So just briefly explain who you are, what you're doing, and what is your mobile application development experience. And probably I'm very interested in what is the mix now about how developers is divided for different platforms now. Are there specific developers of one platform? Are they mixing the skills and developing on each of them? So just a little bit spread the word if you're developing them on which platform you're working. Yeah, so probably starting from here.
Okay. Hi, my name is Georgis. I started with mobile applications in 2008. Initially web mobile apps for iPhone, and since 2009 I'm developing applications for iPhone, iPad and Android. Actually, in the moment we have I have a little company together with my friends, Happy Moments. Probably have heard or not. We have a few applications in App Store. At the moment, 3 or 4 active applications. One application in Android, Google Play, and many other Android stores. The most known probably application is Dream Control, application for moderate drinkers like we are. Basically, we are focusing on projects are targeted to global audiences, like for the whole world. In Latvia, we made some consulting work, and also made application. Probably you know Satori, which is internet magazine. We made application for iPhone and Android for Satori, so you can search in App Store and download. It's like a local project. Well, we and me personally work only on native platforms, so we use Objective-C for programming iPhone and iPad applications and Java for Android. Have tried several cross-platform tools and was very upset with them, so just dropped them and never looked back. I feel happy about that. No experience with Windows Phone, and also we don't plan any Windows experiences. I don't see the market, except when probably there can be some consulting work, but we are more interested to build some application portfolio by ourselves and focusing less on the contract work and consulting work. So.
Okay, thank you. So, what about you?
My name is Gunnar Dejan. I work at Udacity. I will talk about it later. I'm a course developer. I mostly work on not mobile applications. I mostly work on backend. But I'm very interested in cloud technologies and in relation to mobile applications, to supporting well the needs of mobile applications. And I have mostly experience with Android, both using and programming like in Java, so not as a native. That's about talk more about Udacity.
Thank you.
My name is Niels. I'm not mobile developer, but I'm interested in this sphere, and I have done some Java for Android, some simple. Started to program some game.
Yes.
Tried, yeah, and but it's in my leisure time, so in my free time, so I have too little time to do it. But I like and I can hear more about applications.
Okay, yours?
My name is Ivar Stark. I am mostly web developer, but recently I started to work on all these platforms and spent about 5 months developing an application called Culture Maps for Latvian government. It will be hopefully released at the end of the month. And here I came to meet other developers and to see if there is any future business opportunity. That's it.
Yeah, hi, I'm Yanis. I'm configuring my own server using all operating systems, programming for WordPress websites, designing advertisements and making Flash animation. And for Android, I'm just using 3 different Android phones, using calling, SMS, calendar, Gmail, sometimes some other programs. But now I have an idea for a new application, so I want to have some more information about how to do that, or to find somebody who can do that.
Hello, my name is Edita, and I'm not a developer or any other kind of technical person. I'm here to organize these meetups, to set up the table and everything. So you'll see me in any other meetup if you come to either Bitcoin or 3D printer or drone meetups or whatever. So that's those are my interests for now. Thank you.
You are the most important person.
Yes.
Come on,
Yes.
you're the cheerleader.
Yes.
So, I'm Bruno. I have a UK company also in Estonia, and I have clients all over the world. In Switzerland, I have a good client who is a phone app built. I don't have time to build it myself. I never built a phone app. So I want to get an idea of how this app development works, and maybe connect with some people who can build apps.
So you're looking for a proposal for somebody who would
Someone can tell me what they think about it. I will say the concept and tell me what they think and how much, because I already discussed price with the client. So
Right.
It's
Okay,
already
so
pre-approved.
you will meet him later and then talk about it. Yep, so,
Hi, my name is Walter. I'm a designer and I'm starting to learn iOS developing, so I think this would be a good place to start.
okay. Elodie?
Hi, my name is Nix. My day job is leading digital practice in a PR agency, Hill and Milton Strategies. But during my leisure time, I have like several years of experience with web development and yeah, several months experience with iOS development. So I'm just also starting to learn.
Hi, my name is Dennis. I'm not a developer or any kind of technical person, but my friend Toms is very interested in these kind of things, so he brought me here so I could learn more about applications and platforms like iOS, Android, and Windows.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Stanislav from Paid Preparation, and I develop Android applications daily, banking applications, and the Windows Phone user all the time.
Hello, my name is Igor. I'm seller of my tiny gaming company here in Latvia. So my experience, mobile experience. So in 2010, I have participated in first mobile version of Draugi application on iOS and Android, and now I'm working on Unity game engine, which provides cross-platform development, also for mobile device. That's it.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Ansis. Currently, I'm working at Arcana Digital Group. Recently started. My experience started around 2010, the fall and beginning of 2011, when the devices became available. Yeah, I developed both iOS and Android. I started up with Android with Accelerator, but after a month I gave it away for good, and been developing since then only native way. Have some around 11 apps in an app store and some 6, I don't know, Android. Mostly I do iOS in my day job and also the freelance, whatever comes my way. That's basically.
Hi, my name is Tom. Without 4, I'm iOS user. I'm like that from 2007 when the first iOS device came out. Right now I'm learning how people use their apps and phones in real life, but I want to know something more about developing apps, so I think that this is the best place to start.
Okay, cool. So kind of different set of skills and experience. So probably, could you please raise your hands who could develop by yourself iOS application from end to end? 1, 2, 3. So Android app, who could develop? 3, 4, 5. Windows app.
Yes,
Okay. So yeah, so quite interesting mix because at the very beginning we started this group as an iOS developer meetup. The idea was to build the iOS developer community, but as far as I learned that only 20% of all smartphones in the local market here in Latvia are Apple phones or iPads. So we decided to go a little bit broader. So I came to my mind that we need to change the group to the mobile developer and cover all operating systems and probably get all developers who is developing any of those systems actually here and bring them somehow together and bring this interesting for everybody. So a couple of words about history of how I came out with the idea to make this group. So the first event was done in Riga back in 2010. I came back from Silicon Valley and decided to build that the application is a very hot topic, and we need to do this ecosystem development here in Latvia. So together with Draw Game Group, we made this nice event, which have pictures here. So this is me, quite a bit younger, for 4 years at least, and other guys who actually you probably know in public startup scene, so look quite young. This is a guy who's running Mobily, CEO of Mobily, Carlos. This is guy probably from Draw Game LV at that time. Yeah. Okay. And then Martin was is still with a company called Cube Systems, and I asked him to speak today, but he refused because he's very busy until the Christmas time. Yeah, so at the time, Zagreb Stambaks, CEO of Draw Game LV, if somebody don't know. He's also quite passionate about iPad development, so I don't know what his status now, but at that time he's developing BMS system for home. Yeah, here's some people who is looking like a bit younger at that time. So. Yeah, Ernest Strauss, just was running the tech hub, and yeah, Artur Smednis also looks pretty younger than So, and that time we have assumptions like that 4 years ago, Latvian market was 20,000 iPhone users. Do we have statistics? What is the situation now?
We have statistics. It's a funny statistics. If you count by number of devices, then the iPhone share is not so big. If you count by usage, then the iPhone and iPad users are the most active users of mobile web and mobile applications, and also in mobile web as whole.
Because they don't have so many applications, but else they just surf.
Not true.
That's even more.
So it's how you measure.
But do you know the figures? How big the market is?
I have some figures from LMT and Tele2, but I don't have them in mind. I'm trying to track these at least once a year.
So that
it's more than that.
And at that time, there's a huge problem with Latvian iTunes versus US iTunes about content. So what's the situation now? I'm using US iTunes for
It's
now.
about the same content.
Okay, so this gap is not anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, some things have been changed, at least for the last 4 years. And yeah, but I still feeling that this is a very hot topic for those application development. There should be some kind of ecosystem of guys who is developing that, and I think that I assume that such kind of meetup group could be interesting for them, and let's see how it grows in the next few months. But my target forever is those meetup groups which are organizing to get 100 members in half a year. So a couple of meetup groups already is so larger than this 100. So we are pretty small till now, but let's see how it goes. And the idea that I decided this year to make this exponential technologies interest groups, which is actually related to some technology entrepreneurship technologies who is exponentially developing, and probably mobile application development is not so exponential, but it's still very, very interesting for me. And this is why we decided to make this Latvian technology entrepreneurship meet network. We create 8 groups, so be a technology meetup, UI UX meetup group that is pretty large. It's happening on Mondays here in the mill since March of this year. And this group is quite 160 designers, and it seems that it's quite growing topic, and more and more designers assuming that UI UX get a problem, and they need to share peer-to-peer learning from each other. So if you're looking for designers, just check out when the next meetup will be held here and up here, and grab them at one place. So yesterday there was first Riga drone meetup where we got the physical hardware stuff, starting from AirDock to the huge flying drones, which actually is approximately 2 meters huge. Then we have this particular meetup, mobile application. Tomorrow we have an interesting topic like find your co-founder meetup, where everybody with idea could pitch their idea in 5 minutes and sell idea to teammates, not to investors because it's too early, but find out your team members and those who could help you build your startup or raise funding. Then we have a CUDA parallel programming gaming meetup, dealing with machine learning, with computer vision, other stuff. Then we have a 3D printing group. The next meetup will be held in RTU Design Factory in the Keepsel. And last but not least is Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies meetup. We get you could find them all at meetup.com, or you could search the internet and you could find the exact dates. A few words about the sponsor. So Recurrent University is organization, it's foundation which is representing by me today. So and we are caring about technology and entrepreneurship education, and meetups is one of the part of our strategy how to build this technology ecosystem here in Latvia. Microsoft is second sponsor. So if you are interested to get free software from Microsoft, and you get a startup for that. And you could apply. Just ask me for invitation code, and you could get it all free, including Microsoft Azure virtual servers resources, free of charge, $120 per month. So it's working pretty well for me. Latvia's Garanti is a governmental agency which is actually supporting us in different financial ways in order to get beats here, food. But that's why you need to sign your names there, because we need to report them back. So I put some sort of featured resource, probably for somebody for you that might be interesting. So this is Udacity iOS developer in Nano Grid. Contact will talk about this a little bit later, but those who caring about educating yourself and looking for the very well-structured online MOOC course for that, or even for degree, which is called Nano Degree by Udacity, which is actually very well accepted by the industry, so you could check it out and ask a little bit later. This is one Udacity course under the name Intro to iOS Application Developer with Swift. So those who don't know, Swift is a new application language from starting from iOS 8. So yeah, I don't even know how it looks like, but it seems to be a free future for app developer and under the iOS. This is one Udacity course called UX Design for mobile developers. So you also could spread the word about it. And this is interesting too. Probably how much of you use or know this kind of platform, UX Ping? It's actually Poland startup which has grown pretty large, and they got huge success in Silicon Valley to raise funding. This is actually the wireframing platform, online platform for wireframes from applications and websites. Yeah, you could easily build native look like screens for iOS, for example. So just check it out. This is how it looks like. So you could choose your phone and very roughly, in a very fast way to build some kind of graphical interface for your application in order to show the investors or teammates or just for yourself, or yeah. And there's some interesting resources like free ebooks from the same company, UXPin. One is mobile UI design patterns. So I will put this presentation slideshare account of Recurrent University, where all presentations from all meetups, and you could get the link to have this free download. It's a pretty good book how to make right. It's very well structured, very easy written, and there's a lot of pictures and other stuff. So I enjoyed a lot. And you could learn how new mobile UI UX design is done, and what you should consider under making these new applications. The next book for the same company is Guide to Wireframing. So the same the same quality, high quality book, and this is a very good topic for beginners, because there's a lot of guys who is asking me one question. So I would like to build an app. So how does much it costs? And the question is, when you ask what kind of app you imagine, so it's very hard to find out what really what should this app really look like. And this kind of wireframing tools help those very early beginners to understand what they really need to build. So, and this, in other words, help the developers to understand what kind of complexity is it and what will be the price for that. So there will also be links, so just grab your free copy and enjoy. And here I come out with some middleware tools, which is actually very historical platforms and ways how to make HTML application to be easily written and important in all major platforms. So Appcelerator is one of the oldest one. Those guys also got huge funding in Silicon Valley. We have met them in person in Mountain View some 3 years ago, and at that time we think that this is a kind of future for application development, as far as I hear today. So this is not so straightforward. So there's a lot of flaws and problems with that. So anyway, how much of you using Appcelerator in your everyday work? None. Okay. But at least
we know that
if you are a web developer and you would like to very fast way build your app, and it probably could be simple app, you could try some of those platforms. Second one is called PhoneGap. It's pretty the same as performance functionality point of view. So you could build HTML, CSS, JavaScript application, and then import a native development platform. So how much of you using such kind of tool? Because I know that some companies in Latvia still using it for development. But at least if you would like to try, just keep in mind. And this is just I learned today third platform for that called
Xamarin.
Yeah, and there's at least one person who is using that.
Partially.
You have tried?
I tried, but decided to stick with native development. But I suppose that the most promising of all.
What's the reason why?
Because it's truly native code. It's not HTML application bundled within the app container. It's
also is
not really.
It generates JavaScript and
Yeah, it generates JavaScript.
and the source is available to anyone.
Yeah,
Peace purpose.
it's not native code. Xamarin generates native code. That's a difference. The second difference is that they're using Microsoft's technology stack, and recently Microsoft open sourced a lot of components from the technology stack. So, and third one, it's a paid tool. So
Appcelerator is also not free.
but this is rather expensive comparing with Appcelerator.
Oh, okay.
And it has very good support. So, and I suppose that if someone is really considering reusing as much as possible, building application for different platforms, it's a very worthwhile considering Xamarin.
But it's also for this platform you can build an application for Windows Phone too.
Yep.
Still, it's on Microsoft stack.
Yep.
Okay, the next resource I'd like to mention is called App Review Time. So I think that those who are developing the iOS application know that there's this review time, and it's fluctuating a bit. And now it seems that so we could skip this feature. Started, but probably I learned from you more startups from Latvia or this region to be included in the next month's presentation. So we came out to the speaker section, so I will switch to the web browser where you could find Udacity and ask Ubek to take a forum, speak out what is Udacity doing. In short, was probably how much of you don't know what Udacity is actually.
Who know or who don't know?
Who know what is Udacity? So probably then just in short words, history is, yeah, this is Californian startup.
Okay, so Udacity is a startup built in 2012 in Silicon Valley by a Stanford professor and a couple of co-founders, and that started when the massive online open course frenzy kind of started in Silicon Valley and in the world. So we are one of 3 startups that kind of came out of the very first supermassive online courses. The other one being Coursera, and the third one being edX, which is not a commercial startup, but it's a joint venture of MIT and Harvard, which are the universities that you have maybe heard, and they put together $30 million, and they were like, no, each $30 million, and decided to go into this online education space because education has been stagnating for a very, very long time, and the technology now is at a place where we could do a lot of amazing things and rethink how people are learning things and how we teach things. So that is what we are doing. Since we are a startup, we kind of pivoted away from the academic market because it's really hard to convince universities to change their ways. So we decided that it's not worth the effort, and we can do a lot more things by taking a different route and working more with industry. So we launched very recently a program that is called Nano Degrees, which are basically a new credential that is not like academic education. It's targeted for people who want to learn job skills that are relevant in today's market, which is not something that universities are particularly good at. A lot of companies say that, okay, if we hire a recent college graduate, we basically have to teach them for half a year how to work before we can, use anything, because whatever they learn at university is not really relevant to what we need them to do at the workplace. So these are some of the companies we work with. So AT&T in particular is very interested in both building content and also using it for their own workforce, and also hiring people who come out from the Nano Degrees. Google is particularly Google developer relations team is very involved in a lot of the content we do for both web development content and obviously Android content, and then Cloudera, which is our partner for data science Nano Degree, Salesforce, Autodesk, and so the basic idea again or the difference of a Nano Degree is compared to classical university education is that it's project-based, and the projects are designed and chosen to be to basically cover all the skills that you need for a certain job path. So as relevant for this meetup, if you want to be a mobile developer for iOS, then the iOS Nano degree, in the iOS Nano degree, you will build several projects. It's currently, I think, five apps for your portfolio that are chosen so that they cover all the different skills, design patterns, best practices that are there to know to get, job as iOS developer. And they are built to be flexible in time and fairly compact. So it's, you could finish it in like 6 months, for example, as opposed to go to university and spend there 4 years or more. So the first one I can, no, what is wrong with the mouse? So the first mobile oriented nano degree we launched is iOS developer nano degree. It's kind of work in progress because we are a startup, so we are building the bus as we are driving it. And as you can see, that the enrollment is currently closed because we are at the capacity that we can support. And there is currently, so here's here you can see the description of some of the projects that will be part of another degree. So the first one is currently out, which is Pitch Perfect. Just building an app that records a message and plays the audio back to users selected filters. And there are several others that are coming soon because it's work in progress. So the one course that is out is Intro to iOS App Development with Swift, which is somewhat of a probably interesting topic for people who already program and don't know how to write apps in Objective-C. One thing I probably have to say that all our courses are available for free. Doesn't work. Yeah, access course materials, so you can see all the materials, the videos and the exercises, and access the code. I will need this email address. If you want support, we have a paid version for it that you can take, and then you will get coaching support and also a verified certificate at the end of it. There is a lot of information about what is there. And another thing is a course on developing Android applications. It is not currently part of the Nano degree. The Nano degree for Android will come out probably sometime in April or around that time when the content will be ready. But this course is developed with Google developer relations team, and Google is using the course for their internal training. They are very interested in training their own employees, and they are currently launching an initiative where they are training people who will go out in their local communities and launch workshops where the content will be delivered by the course, and then the local coaches will help people with, encountered problems. So they already translated the course to 2 languages, and they are launching the program to translate 6 more, including Russian. So this is, very much Google-approved content with the best practices as they currently see it, and it's being also constantly updated. There's actually, I think in January there will come out updates in the course. So about the content itself, so these are not tutorials like copy-paste code and do this, do that. A lot of the content, especially in this course, is about best practices, how to think about solving a problem, how to choose the best way, how to use the right library, and the best way, and then how to think about performance problems, and then things like that. Yeah. I don't know. Any questions?
So there's 100,000 students already for this course.
Yeah. It was launched some time ago. So, it was launched in... this course was launched for Google I/O. So it was launched in June 23 this year.
It seems it's quite popular then, because other courses are not so so much.
It is pretty popular.
So what is it?
Every Google employee opens the course, so it's
Google has
it's
like
counted.
40,000 people. So not only employees, but
So guys, questions?
What's after when I finish the course? What it gives me? What's the next steps for me if I get the certificate? Yeah, but is it any connections already? They are direct with the employers.
So we have connections with employers. There is on your profile there is an option to share your CV and check that you want your CV to be shared with employers. And we frequently have employers checking out with us, like, okay, give us your top students in this class. They are usually fairly region specific, so I'm not sure how interesting people from Latvia are, because Udacity has been trying to get me to US for 2 years, and the US Immigration Department is
Still rejecting you?
Yeah, it's not cooperating. So it's kind of complicated, right? If a US company wants to hire someone, it's not really. But we have, collaboration with companies, and we are working more towards that. Since this currently doesn't have like the full one-hour degree, after finishing this one course and building one Android app, you are obviously not a full-fledged Android developer. But the idea of an hour degree is that yes, after you have the full portfolio, first of all, you will have portfolio of apps, like really working apps that have good quality. So for local employers, this is what you can present them. We also have some career coaching, like how to write a better CV and prepare for an interview. Yeah, as I said, it's working progress.
How it's practically done, this coding exercise on a Udacity portal homepage? You need to write this Java code on Udacity online, or you need, because there's some assignments when application is checking the outcome that should be get generated.
Well,
in this case,
currently for this course, you can't really. We have a GitHub repository that has like this starting and the steps for the application that you can download and work on it. So and the code that you have to do with then explain.
So you install the all
Yeah,
Java
for
IDE's environment on your laptop and
yeah,
yeah.
for mobile applications, you absolutely have to install it locally, and for iOS, of course, you need to have
developer account and other stuff.
Well, developer account. I mean, you don't have to publish it to App Store, but you need to have OS X because you need Xcode.
Yeah, sure.
And while you can use just an emulator, it's obviously better than if you have an actual device to test it on. It's also much more satisfying.
And so for Android, so you download some kind of source code from GitHub or somewhere else, which is pre-done by Udacity, then code something and then get APKs, this application file. So what next? What should you do practically? Submit it back to Udacity or
no.
submit?
So for the mobile application courses, we don't submit. You don't submit anything back currently because we can't really test it. For next Android courses, Google is actually developing a system that will allow you to do that. So you will basically you will not need to send an APK or anything, but you will just since you at one step in the exercise, you probably need to modify one or two files. So you just submit these files, and it will be bundled up and then tested.
At this stage, so what then outcome? I should send APK file to the tutor or what?
Yes. So at the end of a course, if you are enrolling for the certificate, you send your application to the tutor, and they will test it.
It's a lot of testing and several thousand students.
That is also why we have currently the iOS degree is capped, so you can't even enroll in it until March. But you can take the course without credit, just a free version. In which case the testing is you put it on your phone, and if it works, and I mean there are also best practices of testing, and you can write tests. So you will not have someone else checking your work all the time. So you have to learn how to check it for yourself.
Any questions from Gunnar?
Any work from Apple being interested in this?
I don't think so. I think Apple.
Skeptical to that.
So the whole MOOC movement started with an idea to providing very widely accessible education to everybody in the world. And Apple by design is very elite and I don't think that they care if some kid in rural India learns iOS development.
Unless he makes profit. Unless he buys iPhone.
Yeah, well, that is probably not the priority for them. So, and Android is much more accessible, and it's also the philosophy is a bit different. Google and stuff.
So this nano degree certificate is PDF file, paper, which is actually delivered to you by the mail, email.
So yeah, so it's PDF, I suppose.
And you could add some description, one line in LinkedIn profile together with some
Yeah.
university educations, there's certifications,
Yeah.
there's a Udacity
I
download.
think we have like share with
Pre-embedded.
LinkedIn link in when
Okay,
you
so you
finish
just push
the-
a button and
your
your degree
course.
appears in your profile on LinkedIn and your
Automatically join the LinkedIn group of all
yeah, and
the,
your job value,
of specific
job market value is
Absolutely.
100%.
So is there some sort of score system or how the
Yeah.
trainees are evaluated?
So the projects have a grading rubric, which is basically a description of, you know, what the project of criteria of what the project has to meet, and it's evaluated on that basis. So it's not only functionality, but it's also like, you know, code quality, so that it's readable, for example. But if you know, because we want to teach people that the code has to be written in a way that if you share it with someone, that someone is not going to want to kill you, and it's very important. So yeah.
That's important.
The rubrics for the projects are available at the end of a course content. There is a project and there is a project description and everything, so you can access rubrics. So like students know beforehand if they check. I mean, if they don't look at that, then you know. But they know what the requirements are.
How do you think Latvian job market is ready for this non-degrees as employees? Are they accepting that?
They are accepting people without any degrees. So.
Yeah. So reason then for nano degree to learn.
You can ask more.
If you can make a project, then I don't care if you have a degree or not. So most important is if you are working, if you're doing, if you have a portfolio, then company will take you.
So it means that you go to the job interview, bring your iPhone and show your applications. So that's it.
Or just,
Some companies tend to have some tests that they have some positions. Like for senior developers or
First test,
or for novice people.
Yeah, they have tests. Do like 2 hours or 3 hours doing tests.
So they do not ask any CV anymore?
No, but
They do ask CV, but they put you doing tests together with other guys. About 2 or 3 hours of tests. JavaScript, HTML, CSS. And you have to write it all down and then they evaluate the work. The best ones get the job.
it really depends.
If
there's competition,
people.
if you are the only candidate,
5 hours of
Then
tests.
just one test.
20 people. 5 hours of tests.
if you apply to Google, of course, it's hard.
Very tough.
There's those questions
process.
and then tests.
If you want to get a job in
Yeah.
Because many
Latvian
people want to
company,
get there.
it's
After the test, there's an oral interview because they want to see if you can talk with them.
it really depends.
By one
Google
developer,
company is
so
valuable.
it's-
Everybody wants to get there.
I feel sometimes sorry for people that we are interviewing, you know, for Udacity. So if they get past the first round of just phone interviews, they are flown to Mountain View. Then I have like from 9 to 5, like, with a break for lunch. I talk with like 6 people.
Yeah, interesting. So, any more questions about Dusty?
Is there any forums for students or community where students can communicate somehow?
So all the courses have our own forum. Science, the courses are self-paced. The forum activity really depends on like how popular the course is and how long time it is released. Like when the course is just released and there is a lot of people, and as it goes on, there are usually less people at the same time being, taking the course in the same place. But
So the 105,000 that's enough for
no,
started.
it's not good, but that is how many have enrolled from June. For the nano degrees, we have separate student forums and chat rooms, and they are much more synchronous and much more active because these are, first of all, like when something is free and online and self-paced, people are very often like, oh, I'll go there, do something for 20 minutes and then come next week for another 20 minutes or so. When people are actually paying monthly fee, they are much more, focused and dedicated. So the nano degree forums are more active. Which is, there has to be some other value. Otherwise, the content is the same. It's like we struggled with, our content is so good, but it's free. So how do we add something that people want to actually pay for? Problem of base product being too good. But yeah.
What's the dropout rate comparison for free courses in nano degree?
I don't know if I can talk about it. Well, it's a significant difference. Let's put it that way. I think after 3 months it's about 10 times difference.
But those for free courses, average dropout rate is how much percent?
So
in the industry
so for the free courses in general, I think it's that the assumption is that from all the people who enrolled, about 5% will finish all the course.
5%.
Yeah,
Okay.
but the you can't compare it to something like, I don't know, university course, because with these, first of all, a lot of people who start don't actually intend to finish. They come just for a certain part of the content.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they want just, refresh certain skill, or want to learn about this one, one quarter of what the course offers, and they leave and they are happy with what they got. So it's like, how do you count them? Do you count them that they didn't finish the course, that they didn't learn anything, and that there is no...
So the next question comes out to what is more in future, which will be more perspective way to be iOS developer or Android developer, or how people choose between those two different worlds. I don't know. What do you feel? How feel students about it?
If you look at trends, Android is usually growing much faster.
Okay.
And, iOS is more lucrative because, if you have iOS device, it also means that you can certain socio-economic status, which is not necessarily true for
Apple device.
for Android.
More important than Android users.
But
the same approximately application, game application, so it's really hard to sell.
you know about indie developers.
Mhm.
They say, let's make an application, a game, but what's next?
Yeah, got so
I do it nothing.
Is there a reason to make them?
Yeah, no, really, actually, no, from business perspective, it's not reason, it's just to have some experience, but from business perspective, I don't see any opportunities.
You don't know how to market that game on that?
So really, it's interesting how to it's a bootstrap marketing opportunities.
There's a very simple way to get your players to.
Okay, I know about virality of Flappy Bird, but it's like Flappy Bird game, so
It's hard to get people to play your game.
But actually, Flappy Bird is also was hacking of iOS store, so it wasn't like a story with one guy.
But that was on the news. That was on the news. That's why they got popular, because they got on the news.
Yeah, but it's really hard to get your application in newsfeed.
But you don't have to do that. I think that's not smart. That's PR actually.
But market, so PR is also part of market.
It's very likely you're going to get your ad in the news, very likely. And you can try. Only very small percentage, 0.001, maybe gets that.
Okay, so yeah, we could move the networking parts of, because from my point of view, all kind of things, like I said, it's already done. So feel free to tomorrow to network. We still have plenty of time to talk in between, and hope to see you next time. We can offer some kind of interesting speakers for next time based on your expectations. Thank you.
I got all the players they all go together, so some of the
Elektronikas kurs nav, tas ir lielākā daļa visiem programmēšanas kursus. Nu, jā, es tā to starpību. Mums viņi visi ir kā es teicu, man atpinām tā, cik tas kurs ir populārs. Un tajā pašā laikā, redziet, tas kurs ir bijis, teiksim, Latvijā, tad ļoti bieži tas tiek plakātiem video ir topiku saraksts, ko cits studenti nākuši. Un, ja ir kaut kāds problēmas, neskatīts, ļoti bieži tā, ka tur ir, tā kā Stack Overflow. Tur ir cilvēki, kas gan jautājums, un cilvēki,
well, there is the main page where people talk,
Elektronikas
where you can also post.
Kurs, kas saucās programmēšanas saka arī, tas nav par elektroniku, tas ir par artificial intelligence. edexam ir ļoti labs kurs par elektronikas. Bet tur ir jāskatās. Viņi sāka arī kādā dažus kursus frīpēs modē. Tad arī nav pieejami visu laiku, tu var enrolēt. Tad, kad viņš atverās, tad pēc tam, ja tu esi viņā enrolēs, tad tu varēsi viņu, tu nebūsi atverās, tu vari cik ilgi vajadzās. Tā ir vienkārši opcija, tad, ja tad brīdī no laika vienkārši lai būtu pieeja.
Because I've played a lot of games to learn, and then I sometimes the game is mine as I get the other players, the top playing players, who they are, so that we would, and there are guys from players, and sometimes what they do is on some games where you sell items, so they do is they almost accounts. They make actually after it, I got to know those guys. I know a lot of people. I lived there, and one guy said, I don't know, the job was quite $4,000 worth of license, and the person find me a buyer, most of it I sold myself, and then I sold everything. Like, cards, Nightstar game cards, and sold them all. And over $6,000 worth of them, so that's why how much money you make in a game? The game I do is replace other guy that's and the money they're making in one single server, server same game but different player.